Hello everybody, this is the worksheet that we would have done in class, so just going to go through this again and explain it through for those as well that are learning from home at the moment, or if you want to have a little revise over it, it's going to be here for you in a little video, okay? So we had a rhythm bank. What we were doing, the task for this day was to fill in your own rhythms. That's in 4/4 time, you see it in orange here. I'll explain all those orange dots in a second if you can't figure them out already. Okay, just on last year, down the bottom of the page, you can see here a little bit of revision. So there are note values. So a crotchet gets 1 beat, a quaver gets a half, 2 quavers together, that's what they look like, and the minim gets 2 beats, and we've got this rhythm here, which is a dotted crotchet and a quaver, and that gets 1.5 beats plus a half. We have some rests here, but I'll talk about that in a second. So I'll just write that in there. It's 1.5 beats plus a half. Okay, so a rhythm bank. Add more rhythms to the rhythm bank. So let's have a look at what's done up here. So we were kind of talking a little bit as well about syncopation, so where the rhythm falls off the beat. A tiny little bit about that. We find that a lot in pop music and jazz and rock music and some classical music as well. So where we would have had, say, I'm just going to turn over this page, last year, you know, we would have had a look at rhythms that would be something like this: straightforward crotchet, 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 crotchet. Okay, and a minim. So these are bars here that would be in 4/4 time. 4 crotchets, 2 minims, maybe quaver, quaver, crotchet, quaver, quaver, crotchet. So we would have tapped these out like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and we've used a lot of these rhythms when we were doing our names. Now, if you go back to the first part of the page, you'll see down at the bottom here, I've put in this ta, ti, 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 ta, ta, e, ti. So all these rhythms here. Now, I know these sound kind of funny, but when we're using our rhythms that are slightly more complicated, even though these might sound a little bit silly, they're really, really useful for helping us to get a rhythm into our head, or to be able to sight read what it's called. So you'll be able to read a piece of music and hear these sounds in your head, so you'll be able to keep time. So I just put in red marker there, and this isn't in your sheet, so you can write it in yourselves. If you're in class, you would have written this in yourself. I have a quaver, T, crotchet is ta, and the minim here is ta-ah. So it goes as follows, and I'll tap it out here. Ti-ta, ti-ta, ta, ti-ta, ti-ta, ah. Okay, so it definitely sounds a little bit funny, but we now have the rhythm. If you say the ti-ta in your head and clap it, you'll hear that you have a really cool rhythm, okay? So those 2 bars together after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then this one here, ti-ta, ti-ti-ti-ta, ta, and a rest. Okay, let's try that. 3, 4. Okay, and then you have this one here. So your task, folks, is to fill out the rest of these bars here. So if you can just draw a double bar line to see it down here, just draw in the double bar line so we know that's closed off. I've thrown in a few orange dots here because, you know, as composers, somebody else is going to perform your music. And when you send this in to me, it'll be me that'll be performing your rhythm. So you want to keep all your beats written out properly. You know, you don't want it to be kind of scribbly or that, you know, and then I might misinterpret it, and then that might be just a disaster altogether, especially if it's a big hit. Okay, so let me try an easy one first here. So what I'm going to try here is I'm just going to do nice, simple, straightforward one, 4 beats in the bar. Let's take 2 crotchets and 2 quavers and a crotchet. So you can see now with the spacing here, well, although it could probably be a little bit tiny bit neater, but what we have is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Okay, that's a nice little bit of a rhythm here. Let's try another bar. I'm going to try something that's a little bit fancy like these ones up here. So this idea here, when you have a quaver and then a crotchet, gives you the nice kind of offbeat rhythm. So let me take the start of that again. So a quaver is going to get a half a beat. Okay, so there's beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. So I need to put my crotchet in or around there, okay? Now a crotchet lasts for a full beat, so that beat's going to go from the half there, probably to here, and I might put in another quaver, and then I might put in 2 more quavers, so I'll join these fellas together, okay, and then a crotchet. Okay, so what have we got there? I hope you can see that nice and clearly. We've got ti ti ta, ti ta, ti 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 ta. We'll clap that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So boys and girls, what I need you to do now is I want you to fill out the rest of those bars there for me. So I've done it. You know what? I'll let you take those 2. If you're working from home, you can take those 2. And then you can fill in the rest of the bars for me. You might use a little dot there, put in your dots that you get nice spacing, okay? Little hint there, might be nice to end on a, maybe a long note in the last bar, okay?